Hello, fabulous Gemini. Welcome to your horoscope for the month of March 2015. Love Focus. I am your astrologer, Nadiya Shah. Thank you for being here. In the context of love this month, there is a lot of really romantic energy happening this month for all of us. For you, this is speaking very powerfully to some key parts of what has been and where it is that you most desire to go next, what it is that you're ready to embrace now. People are going to play a really important part in your life and in your process this month, and it's thanks to several key things that are happening. One is a very active Venus, and so Venus, as the month starts, speaking in tension with Pluto before the month is out in supreme harmony. We've also got a really rare, very positive configuration happening between Jupiter and Uranus. Really positive configuration that suggests some very quick luck that just falls into your lap, largely thanks to friendships for you. So friends are going to play a really key part of that, sort of randomly connecting with people that ends up being really lucky. But then there's also this very beautiful at the start of the month, under all this stuff happening, we have got this full moon taking place. Now, full moons bring emotions to the surface. And what brings emotions to the surface more than anything but love? Now, there's an element here, I gotta say, and I'm gonna be honest, there's an element here playing out that has to do with reconciling yourself with your past, reconciling yourself with what was, and deciding what it's going to mean as you step into your future. Now, this is going to speak to many areas of life, but absolutely including love as well. Considering how social the energy is around this time, considering how much this energy speaks to all these different things happening in the sky, are speaking to communicating and connecting with others through others as well. I can't help but think, I look at the sky and it speaks very strongly to getting some news through social media, through messages, possibly even text message as well, getting some news in that front, possibly a phone call as well that has to do with somebody from your past. And it's all about you coming to understand that you are different now. What you want is different now, and who somebody else may be, they may be in a whole other place right now as well. So there is a need for you to come to a sense of peace. There is a strong need to come to a sense of closure that will in turn free you to experience greater luck in love and in every area of life. A greater sense of freedom as you communicate and interact with the people that you may have right now in your life, the person who may be there right now, or the people that you hope to meet. So there's an element of hearing something about someone you were connected to in the past in order to forgive, in order to reconcile, in order to accept, in order to awaken some of the really positive energy that is trying to enter. So wherever it is that there may be some residual, I think a lot of Geminis are going to actually surprise themselves as they hear news about somebody and they go, oh wow, okay, that is really interesting, and reacting in ways that surprise you, where maybe you thought you would react in ways that are not so positive. You might surprise yourself by finding yourself actually thinking of that person without the same emotional sting that might have been there in the past. So some Geminis out there likely to be surprised by that. Now, if you are in an established bond, I do think as I look at this that there is going to be a need for the two of you to have a sense of freedom, to have a sense of lightness, to want to be more social. And there is also this element of forgiveness really strong in the air for this month, very strong theme in the early part of the month. So it's almost as if a conversation that you have allows you to put a hurt from the past behind. It's like you're making a decision that you are either not going to keep bringing up something that is ultimately in the past, that you are not going to keep giving emotional energy to something that maybe hurt you in the past, that you're not going to continue to nurture maybe something that was said in a moment but can be interpreted so many different ways. These are some of the themes that I see coming up, but ultimately there is a sense of resolution. There is a decision being made about how now you are going to move forward. Those of you who are dating somebody, okay, so dating energy tends to be different than committed relationship energy. But if you are dating somebody, I do think that it's going to be Venus that's going to play the strongest theme this month. We've still got that talkative energy happening, lots of communication energy happening, which should be really nice. But what I think is going to also be dominant, does look like in the early part of the month, you're dealing with some tough questions, some tough feelings are coming up, and you're having to ask yourself, okay, is this what I signed up for? Is this what I really want? And actually, I'm seeing some really intense feelings that sort of take you aback and make you say, okay, I didn't expect my feelings to be this strong. I didn't expect myself to feel whether it's jealousy or emotion that you would ordinarily think of, that some people like to label as lower emotional states. It needn't be, but ultimately this is about you facing your own fears around the situation that you're in and what it is that you most desire to experience in love in the bigger picture and what might be blocking that. So if any emotions come up that seem very strong, that seem pretty intense, don't worry about it, flow with it. Because by the time we get to the end of the month, we are in a much more positive romantic climate, especially for you. And it does look like by the time we get you to that point, you are feeling a sense that the best things don't need to be said. It's almost as if, which might be counterintuitive to an air sign, certainly, but it does look like by the time we get you to the later part of the month, there's a feeling that you've got a lot of support to make a lot of changes, positive changes, that the best stuff has already been said, has already been proven, and there's a real feeling of moving towards a deepening of the bond. So there's a deepening of a bond taking place. There are going to be a few Geminis out there who are going to realize at that time that the person they're getting to know, they don't really want to get to know further. And if that's the case, it will feel very positive. It'll feel very organic. It doesn't look like a torturous process or anything like that. It looks like there's a sense of understanding, a sense of control even, a sense that, yeah, okay, I think we're ready to move on now. We've been carrying on this thing. It's lovely. Thank you. But yeah, let's go in different directions now. Let's grow in other directions now. So that's the kind of energy that I see taking place. Those of you who are open to meeting somebody new, there is a very strong indication this month of this whole idea, as I spoke about, this past, people from the past coming up to help you see yourself, to help you understand where you are now in love and why, so that you can then move forward from there. But I will say this, in the early part of the month, if there's ever a time for a friend to become more, to feel a sense of connection, especially romantic connection with a friend that seems to come out of nowhere, a flirty conversation coming out of nowhere that really makes you think about what might be here, this is really the time, and especially in the first half of the month. I do think that there's real potential there for some of you out there to take a friendship to the next level, but it really is going to be like the last person you expect, I gotta say. It seems to come a little bit out of nowhere. Like, whereas some awarenesses are a long time coming, you felt them coming, maybe you haven't admitted this to yourself. This is not one of those things. It's really like, oh wow, you meet somebody through somebody and the connection is like, seems to come out of nowhere. Or you've known somebody for quite a while and then there's this attraction there that again seems to come out of nowhere, but resonates as right for this moment. There is a strong potential there. I gotta say, have fun. That really is gonna be your ticket to experiencing greater love and to connecting with other people. It is gonna be fun, lightness, joy. Even though at the beginning of the month there's sort of a heavy consequential energy, don't give into it too much, because ultimately what's really going to allow love to even have a chance is going to be that light, fun feeling that ultimately makes whatever is to come that much more possible to experience together. What I absolutely love about this month for you is the talkative vibe. And I think that'll suit you so nicely. So talk, communicate, converse, send messages, connect with others online as well. And all of this ultimately is going to find you moving in a direction in love that you like, whether with the person that you're with, as you deepen that connection and enjoy that connection more, whether it's with somebody that you are getting to know, or with someone that you hope to meet as well. Enjoy your life, and only good things in love will follow.